Hi friends, in this video we are going to study about work breakdown structure. WBS or work breakdown structure is a hierarchical decomposition of the project objectives into deliverable oriented tasks that are executed by the project team to accomplish the project goals. The goal of a WBS is simply to make a large project more manageable. The create WBS process is itself an important part of the scope management knowledge area. The WBS structure usually looks like a family tree in which instead of the family, of course, it is tasks and activities that are fed into it. The total work or the scope of the project is graphically or simply shown in a single sheet of paper, thus providing a clear overview of the project to the management. This helps in central organizing for the project and serves as a common framework for other exercises like planning, scheduling, cost estimation, budgeting, monitoring, etc. Thus, it should be intuitively clear for a complex project. Greater care is required in formulating a successful WBS. The Create WBS process is the process of subdividing a project deliverable and project work into smaller, more manageable components. The key benefit is it provides a framework of what is to be delivered. This process is performed once or at predefined points in the project. Unlike other updates, if there is no scope change, the WBS is created only at the beginning and forms a important input for many other processes. It is also noted as the scope baseline. The inputs required will be the project management plan, scope plan, project documents, organization process assets, and the enterprise environmental factors. Tools and techniques is through expert judgment, where project managers who have several years of experience, planners come together, and decomposition techniques for the major scopes as per the management's requirement. The output would be the scope baseline, the project document like assumption log, requirements documents, etc. will be updated. Next important term is the WBS dictionary. A WBS dictionary is a supporting document to the WBS and it provides supporting data about project tasks. This information can be of any type and format ranging from textual information to numerical data and milestone dates. For example, the WBS dictionary of a certain work package name is given. The main components here included are the responsible organization or individual for the WBS, its acceptance criteria, the deliverables that will come out from this process, its total duration, cost, target date of completion, and approvers. Also, sample template of how it is maintained for in various organizations as a part of quality management process is shown. This brings us to the WBS levels. Any WBS can be divided into four major levels: the project title, control accounts, work packages, and activities. Therefore, the work breakdown structure is usually in a triangular shape and progresses downward in the sense that the work from pursuing general to specific objectives. The project title is at the top of the WBS level, since the overall project scope, when completed, will all go under the name of the project itself. For example, construction of a hospital building. Next are control accounts. These are major parts, system, phases, or deliverables of a project. For example, the management can set up feasibility study, design, execution, closure, etc. as control accounts. Next is work packages. Work packages come together to constitute the control accounts and is a group of related tasks within a project. Also, they are sometimes called as sub-projects, which makes it easier to monitor and manage the various parts of the project. For example, substructure, superstructure, landscaping, services work, etc. can be called as work packages. Last is activities. These are the main tasks that must be assigned to the project team members to complete the work package. It is the smallest actionable task, that is, laying of concrete, steel binding, painting, masonry work, etc. These are verbs, these are actionable works that is required to be done or performed at the site. Let us look at an example of how the WBS is drawn. For a simpler construction master WBS, this first level is the title of the project. The second level here is given as work packages itself, that is site preparation, piling, structural steel, external works, slabs, brickwork, MEP services, and finishes. Further, each of them have activities which are actionable tasks, that is mobilization, excavation, and piling under site preparation, which are all related to each other. Similarly, under brickwork, it is given as external brickwork and internal brickwork. Moving further to the yet more comprehensive, yet large project WBS structure, we can see typically the L1 level is the project WBS. The L2 shows the control accounts like the phases of the project. Here it is given as project pre-setup, feasibility study, project design, project initiation, implementation, and project ending. In the L3 level, we can see work packages or sub-projects within execution or implementation, that is site preparation, doing groundwork, the structural work, roofing work, MEP work, interior and exterior finishings. Each of these work packages will further have actionable activities like electrical wiring, plumbing under MEP, which will be L4 activities. They can be further divided into L5, L6 activities when we go more deeper into electrical wiring, like laying of conduits, fixing them, wiring, doing the joint termination, etc. For interior finishes, it can be block work, it's plaster, curing, painting, and finishing it. Thus, depending upon what level of accuracy is required to calculate further the project cost, the project duration, etc., the levels can be decided. WBS can be set up within the project schedule. This facility is given in some of the major scheduling softwares like Microsoft Project and Oracle Primavera P6. Here you can see the screen of Microsoft Project, where the WBS is represented in two types: project summary task and activity summary tasks. These WBS can be created simply by using the indent and outdent tools, which is marked in red. Thus, you can change the allocation of WBS and rearrange them anytime while scheduling in the project. Whereas in Oracle Primavera, before starting to add activities, You have to create the WBS first. The WBS, once created and frozen in Primavera P6, only then you can start adding activities within each WBS. The WBS components as shown in the screenshot image of Primavera is represented in different colors as per its levels. You cannot add or remove or rearrange the WBS while working on the scheduling mode. You have to once again go back to editing the WBS and then change them. Let us now do a small exercise. Now that we have learned the different levels of WBS and how tasks are interdependent on each other and tend to relate under one major task. Here we have an example of a small house project. Some of the activities are randomly mentioned like primary structure, foundation, topography, excavation, concrete pouring, exterior wall development, roofing, electrical, plumbing, and the inside wall development or rough finish. So you can take some time and think about how you can rearrange these tasks so that they give a meaningful work breakdown structure which will help us further to create, schedule, or estimate. Hope you have done thinking about how to go further. Here is the solution. The first level L1 is house project, that is the name of the project or title. Next is L2, that is primary structure. The other L2 level parts are electrical infrastructure, plumbing infrastructure. Within the primary structure comes foundation development, exterior wall development, and roof development. Within foundation development, further is given as the layout and topography for laying of the foundation. Then you go for excavation, and then concrete is poured. Thus, here we can see that the levels are from L1, L2, L3 to L4. It can also be graphically represented as shown in this figure, that is, as subsets of each major work breakdown structure. To summarize all that we have learned so far, WBS plays an extremely important role and a main input to many other processes, and it's itself the part of scope management knowledge area. The core elements that enables the elaboration and development of the project schedule itself begins with project statement, WBS, and the WBS dictionary. These inputs are taken through a decomposition process to produce the project's activity and then the milestone list. These in turns are input elements to networking diagrams, which we are going to study next, that then helps to produce the project schedule. Finally, the project schedule network diagram, updated activities, and milestone list are used as input to scheduling tools and methodology to generate the project schedule. Below illustrated is a simplified process flow of how this is done. The input is WBS or WBS dictionary. The process is through various networking diagram tools, and the output is the main project schedule. Thus, it should always be borne in mind that once the work breakdown structure is decomposed in an exhaustive manner, operations of the future, such as time schedules, resource allocation, monitoring, becomes much more simplified. Thank you.